Hi, this is Nick Caruso, and this is a follow-on training to using Smart RRTs, which is a way to insert VB script files into an RRT. So in my previous video, I showed you how we can extract a three-digit number from a value, and then also extract the value, the label after that three-digit value. And I showed you how to do that using the data filter component. I'm going to show you another way there's lots of different ways to do things with AutoStore. I'm going to show you another way that we can write a very short VB script file and actually insert that into our RRT. It's a very powerful feature, but I just warn you, it is complicated. So what I'm going to be doing is going into using this thread that Derek Durbin started, asking for more examples of using Smart RRTs. And so what a Smart RRT is, if I go up to the start of this thread, a Smart RRT is the ability to insert a small VB script code in the actual RRT itself. In this case, I'm taking a username and I'm going to make it all lowercase. L case is the VB script for username. But in Derek's example, I want to extract maybe the first three characters out of a string. So let's go ahead and the first thing I'm going to do is a VB script is a Microsoft standard, and what I'm going to do is write my VB script in Notepad first and run some tests. So I'm going to open up Notepad because VB script can run in Windows, and I'm going to go to my code files directory, and I'm going to create a quick test file here. And so msgbox hello. I'm going to save that. I'm going to title it test.vbs, and if you label it .vbs, it's going to run a script. And if I double click that, you'll see the word hello. You may notice that in email, if you have an attachment that's a .vbs, a lot of email servers will block that email because a VB script file is a self-running file. So it's very dangerous. You can delete files, make registry changes, and so forth. But anyway, message box hello, and I can double click and run that. So let's pretend I have an RRT that's 001-branch. And let's message box the RRV, the value in that variable. And if I go ahead and save this, you should now see 001 branch. So let's do things like automatically take the value and replace what's in the RRV, replace a dash by an empty string, and assign it back to the same variable. So let's go ahead and run that now. And you can see here it's stripped out the dash. I can furthermore say, take that same variable and get the three characters from the left of that variable after you stripped out the dash. And if I run it again, you can see here that's exactly what I want. So VB script's very powerful. Instead of doing that, I'm going to do an apostrophe. That means ignore this line. So instead of doing what I just did above, let's start at the fourth position and take whatever's to the right of it, and that's called mid. So 4, and then to what's to the left of it, or to the right of it. And if I output now, you'll see branch. So I was just able to write some very quick script to extract concept information out of these RRTs. So, and if this was a so, you'll see I'm getting the exact same results because it stripped the dash. In this case, there was no dash, so I'm fine. And you can do things together in one line. So I could replace and do the left together. So if I just copied this and inserted it right here and did this same right here, what it will essentially do is run this first, and it will replace the dashes, and then it will take the three left characters from that result. In this case, it'll take the character starting in the left position. That's what the mid does. And if I message box that out, you'll see I'm getting the same results. And I could even do this. Well, let's do this. I'm going to comment that out and uncomment that so you can see the 001. Excellent. So what I want to do now is I can insert this into AutoStore, into an AutoStore workflow, and use this little script I just wrote to replace the values in an RRT. And this is a complicated workflow, so if you don't understand it, it's totally understandable, but it's a very powerful feature. I just want to share it with you. So let's go ahead and build our workflow. I'm going to use the same CFG I used before. I'm just going to repurpose it. So I just copied and pasted it, extract test, and let's do RRT, or Smart RRT. Okay. Let me turn off data filter, which is what I used in the previous training, and let me go into send to folder. So my test sent to folder, based upon the previous training right now, is using data filter to do what I'm doing using a Smart RRT. And what I want to do is I want to use this test value that the user is inputting that we're going to use for test purposes. And let me copy this into my notepad. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to format this RRT, and that might contain 001-branch or any value, and I want to get the first 3 characters, and then I want to get the remaining characters after that without the dashes. And the way that you do that with a Smart RRT is anything between these question marks, it will run a script on the preceding variable. So if I go back to my example here, I want to put that right there, which means I'm going to run a script on this RRT, and I'm going to use this script that I created up here to replace right there. So it's going to take the value that I'm using in AutoCapture, replace dashes with empty spaces, and take the first 3 characters. And I can do, maybe that's going to be my first subfolder, and my second subfolder, I'm going to be doing this mid replacement. Alright, so I'm going to then copy this, use that as my folder path. I'm going to click OK, 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 hit save, restart, and run a quick test here. Alright, so I'm going to go into my samples directory, right click on a sample file here, send to extract text using a Smart RRT. Let's type in 001-branch. And we should see pop in here, yep, 001 branch and my file. So it took that value and split it up in order to effectively use it. And I've added some conditionality here, so I could do, wrong one. Send to extract text, and let's do 090 hello. Let's go to the output, 090 hello, and here we go. So using Smart RRTs is a very, very powerful feature to write a script that runs on just a variable by itself. And if you compare the previous video to this video, you can see it can be a lot cleaner, but I got to tell you, I almost never use Smart RRTs. While it is quicker to write, it's a lot harder to troubleshoot, so I would really recommend you use the data filter, which I was showing you before. Thank you.